Binge the full week ad-free over at patreon.com/inspireddisorder.
What you manifest in your mind, you can bring to reality.
The Ultimate Movie Championship! This is episode 79 of the show where Keith Spurlock and I sit down. We're given two movies at random. We must choose which of those movies should be added to our Ultimate Movie list. And sometimes those movies that are already on the list kind of show up, and they must battle to hold their positions. Let's see where it all goes in this episode right now.
I can't tell you honestly that I've seen either one of these movies.
Okay.
I know I've seen First Blood Part 2.
Yeah. And I know I've seen both of them,
and
but
I've probably seen Dirty Harry, but I can't tell you anything. Like I can't rate these movies because I can't.
I don't feel. Yeah.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you any part of the story.
There's movies that I regret.
I know that I've
on
seen
our
them.
list that I can't honestly say that
True.
I remember seeing. So I get it. And plus, fucking Clint Eastwood. I don't really give a fuck about that dude. Clint Eastwood has never done anything in his career that I'm like, well, there's that one thing he did. Like at least fucking Braveheart.
Mel Gibson.
And he was in he made Braveheart, starred in it, and Lethal Weapon. So it's like, he's a fucking crazy person, but at least he made that shit. Clint Eastwood? He's just a fucking asshole. I don't give a fuck about his movies. I don't give a fuck about his westerns. I don't give a fuck about his cop movies. $1 Million Baby was a dog shit movie that won an Academy Award.
Gran Torino.
He gets nominated for. I've seen a clip of Gran Torino.
I've never seen
and
the movie.
It's just racist bullshit. It's just old racist bullshit guy. Yeah, so it's like there's not a movie that I can think of with Clint Eastwood that I give a fuck about.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Like, out of all of the artists that are dying recently, past the year more so than this year, but they're still clicking off.
Not gonna shed a tear
clicking
on that
off.
one.
Yeah, like it's weird that he's still sticking around.
Not wishing for him to die, but it's...
I'm just not wishing for him to live. Space Jam versus Rain Man.
This is kind of...
I mean, it's an unfair
It's a hilarious matchup, but Rain Man.
Yeah,
obviously.
I mean, I don't know. Space Jam could beat like Monkey Bone.
Space Jam's
for me.
fun.
Yeah, that's why I say it could beat Monkey Bone.
Now, I have seen First Blood.
Interesting that the original came out.
Exactly.
The first. Yes, I've seen First Blood, and I've seen it fairly recently.
I've seen it a couple of times.
I've seen it fairly recently.
I understand the story.
It's pretty simple and fun.
Going up against a great poster of Punch Drunk Love.
Yeah, best performance by Adam Sandler
so far.
Probably, I mean, aside from Happy Gilmore or
no, it's
Billy
a better
Madison was
performance
fun. It's a dramatic.
It's the best performance of all those.
Yeah.
Not saying it's the best movie of all those.
Man, I don't know if I'd go
fun.
Punch Drunk before First Blood. They're both very simple movies.
I'm going Punch Drunk.
Punch Drunk is done by a really good director, but out of his movies, I mean, Punch Drunk's at the bottom of the list probably.
That's fine. I'm still going Punch Drunk Love.
You know, Paul Thomas Anderson. Man, I mean, I guess, yeah.
First Blood, it's such a rudimentary movie.
They're both super basic movies, dude. They're both really basic. Like, this one's not a sprawling epic, you know? It's about a disturbed guy that wants to that
better
falls
acted
in love with girl. Yeah, sure.
Than this,
but it's also
better shot.
They've
than this.
never really handled action movies with the kind of respect that would get you that kind of performance.
True.
So there is that. It is a different kind of movie.
Better acted, better directed.
Drama with a fucking great director, but basic as fuck movie. Action. Basic as fuck movie made, 20, 30 years, 20 years earlier. Yeah. They're both good.
Punch Drunk Love is not fun, but
it's good. I mean, neither of them are fun.
True.
First Blood's not like, woo. And of all of the states that there's going to be that kind of hate towards somebody, like Oregon, it's kind of weird. Like I could see the South kind of being pissed off for like stupid reasons, but like, why do they give a shit that they're like this ex military guys strolling through their town? Which, I mean, that Rambo has spawned billions of movies that like cauterize wounds with fire and shit. So it's kind of been Matrix the fuck out. Star Wars Episode 2 Attack of the Dog Shit versus Point Break, the original and only good Point Break movie. Where
Point
the
Break,
other one,
Point Break.
Yes.
Point Break.
Whoa. Point Break?
Point Break.
Classic action movie.
Yes. Attack of the
Similar to
Attack of the Clones. Worst. I thought this was worse than the first one, The Phantom Menace.
I can see that. I'm with that. I hate Hayden Christensen. He's been only in one good movie that I like. Life is a House.
I don't even know.
He plays
Is
opens.
he the house?
It opens with it's an independent movie. I think it was the first movie that I built or a friend of mine built as a projectionist, and watched it after just to make sure I didn't build it wrong, like put a reel in reverse or wrong place. And super independent movie. He plays is when emo is like early 2000s, late 90s, so end of like kind of the peak almost of emo. And he was emo kid. And it opens with him doing the autoerotic asphyxiation where he's jerking off in the closet, and then it like he falls down, or he was just trying to kill himself. Maybe I'm crossing that with. Anyway, he's trying to hang himself in the closet. He may or may not be jerking off, and then like his parents are fed up with it, so he's like, "You're living with your dad." He's living with his mom and his stepdad, and like rich, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, you're gonna go live with your dad. And his dad's like this, just like. He's like a contractor guy that's always wanted to... He bought this like old fucking shack in this crazy location. He's always wanted to build a house. And he finds out he gets cancer. So he builds this house while his kid's living with it. It's one of those kind of movies, so super heartfelt. But he's like perfect for a whiny emo kid. Because that's like... That's all he does in every fucking movie. He's like...
There's a good video on YouTube
So
about...
horrible.
He's in Goosebumps, one of the original Goosebumps shows, where there's like a possessed dummy,
Right.
and it's so.
Is he whiny cry dude? So that's just his thing.
They're doing like a George Lucas impersonation,
Okay.
like from behind of watching this show.
Okay.
When he's thinking of who to cast for Anakin. So it's kind of like a parody, but it's using an early performance of him. Where like
okay.
George Lucas is like, oh yes, this is definitely the guy for the, look at his.
Yeah, Lucas, great mind, great genius, did an amazing job with his franchise.
Made the Star Wars universe, so
Sure.
I can't
imagine Michelangelo repainting. It's like, I want to redo the Mona Lisa thing. It's like, I'm just going to use
all
crayons
the
this time.
But he still did create the universe that I love.
Whatever. He created it and then ruined it. So it's like,
that's fine.
I guess it's.
But
weird.
his creation has also spawned other movies that I like past that.
Sure.
That he didn't get to create.
I mean, here's the thing: The Matrix, although being a very original thing, took from a lot of other things. He took from samurai movies. It's not like an original thing that he's like, oh, let's do samurais in space. He merged things. He's not a fucking genius, clearly.
I didn't say that.
No, but a lot of people treat him like he is. They like the people that fucking make excuses for this dog shit is very similar to, well, he created it, so it's his vision. So you have to like it.
No, I'm
just saying there's people out there that
in the same
have a
respect
line,
that I'm
you like the third one.
I like metal music and I have for a long time, and so I respect bands like Iron Maiden and Judas Priest, even though I don't really like their music, but I know that they paved the way for other bands.
Yeah, but like that's different.
Who they inspired.
Sure, that's different.
So like
that's different.
So like
imagine
him making this, he made the whole genre.
Imagine Tool, right? Maynard Keenan. I'm saying it backwards.
Maynard James Keenan.
Right. Imagine he goes back and re-edits all of his albums.
Yeah, no, it's a dick. I
makes
understand
it like
that
poppy bullshit.
but he still did make.
Sure, But
all the songs that I love.
Sure, absolutely. But at the same time, you have to also recognize that he also made dog shit.
No, and I hate the prequels.
Tarnished the work that was good.
On this over Point Break, and Point Break is not a brilliant movie.
Point Break is 1,000 times better than the dog shit we watched today, and it wasn't even dog shit, but it's way better movie.
And it's not that great of a.
It is for a 91 action movie. Dude, it holds up better than the fucking new bullshit they made.
I love this movie.
It's better than most action movies.
But it's not a great movie.
It is pretty great. I've watched it more than most action movies. It's great, and it's like one of the best fucking casting for both of these guys. I mean, it's great casting all around. Fucking, I mean, there's what's the stupid shit in that movie? What's the stupid shit? As opposed to the remake, which is the movie is stupid shit. This movie is stupid shit.
This movie.
It's great. It's a great movie.
It's a great movie. I agree.
Have you watched it recently, or is this like a
I have. Right,
Lethal
I've watched
Weapon
it in last 2 years.
Okay. But yeah, Point Break
for sure.
And fuck the prequels. I don't give and fuck the creator. The creator. He created the universe. It's like
without him,
here's the thing.
We wouldn't have that universe that we enjoy.
Not necessarily. Doesn't mean somebody else could have come up with something similar.
Maybe similar, but it wouldn't have been the same.
Yeah, it could have been better. Could have been better.
Maybe.
Could have been worse. Could have been better.
But there was plenty of other people.
He didn't make the best shit.
Yeah, but
he didn't make the best shit.
Everyone else in the world had the opportunity to make something like Star Wars better, and they haven't really done it since. So,
what, like a better franchise? Because there's a lot of better franchises than Star Wars. I mean, you're not going to be able to copy and do like Samurais in Space, because that would just be copying his shit. But as far as like I would say the fucking, well, I mean, there's only 2 so far, but the Guardians of the Galaxy is starting off to, I mean, the first Star Wars movie without Rogue One makes that movie way better. It's a good movie, but it's not the Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2. You know? It's handled good. I mean, it's different.
It's handled
different, but they're both space, sci-fi.
Maybe it's just personal preference.
I mean, it's like I could understand like who's the Marvel guy that made everything that's in cameos and everything? What's his name? Stanley. Like if Stan Lee like took the helm of the Marvel movies and started making dog shit movies, like I would be angry at Stan Lee.
True.
Like, you need to step away from this shit because you're fucking up your shit.
Kind of like Ridley Scott.
You're
should
doing
probably
good shit.
Step away from
that's
Alien.
what this guy does, but people give him a pass because,
I don't give him a pass. I hate the prequels.
Yeah.
But I do, in the same way that I don't like Judas Priest or Iron Maiden's music, I respect what they did for the genre and how they furthered and inspired other people.
Sure.
And that, he created a whole universe that I fucking love.
Sure.
I've got a fucking bobblehead here I've been playing with half the time.
I mean, most Americans love Star Wars. It's not a extreme.
It's not like no, it's not. But
I'm just saying, as a person, as somebody that made this shit,
I hate the fact that
what
he fucked
did
up
to his work is
George,
offensive. It's offensive.
There's a documentary, George Lucas Raped My Childhood, and I love that shit.
It's offensive what he did to his work, and because it's offensive, I don't give him credit for making this movie. Like, I don't give him credit.
I don't give him credit for making that movie.
I don't give him credit for
I give him credit for creating the universe that I love.
Sure.
That's the only point I'm making. I don't give a fuck about any of the prequels, and he didn't direct most of the original. No, he directed the first
one. Yeah, that's it. Which is the weakest
great. Yeah.
of the. Well, it was.
I find
the
other
revolutionary for the time.
I find the other two better, way better.
They're better done. I mean, they took longer. They got bigger budgets because Star Wars made a shitload of money, and they all kind of did the same thing he did.
Point Break, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Now, if it was the remake of Point Break versus the prequels, I'd rather shoot myself.
Yeah,
like if we lived in a world where
that was the only option,
all the movies were just those types of movies. Just like the worst of the worst remake bullshit.
I would watch reality.
I mean, that's
television
basically
again.
what movies are.
Yeah.
Is just the worst of the worst remake bullshit. Like everything's a remake, or comic book, everything or sequel. That's it.
Or
there's very rare that
re-envisioning.
an original story breaks through. So rare.
Get Out.
So rare.
So
Super rare, especially for a first-time director. Yeah, and that was more of just him showing like the movie itself was like the best kind of horror suspense kind of well written, well directed kind of a thing. But it wasn't like the first Matrix. I mean, it did change horror in a lot of ways, but like I think the Matrix was a step above.
I agree.
But Get Out was great. Oh Brother, Where Art Thou versus Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Indiana Jones.
Yes. Dun, 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 dun. Same thing with Spielberg. All these old directors need to stop doing that shit.
Alien Resurrection
wow, that's
versus
interesting.
Aladdin.
Well, that's disappointing.
Alien Resurrection is gonna lose this one.
It's like, what the fuck were you doing?
I was throwing
Alien Resurrection is for sure. I mean, you don't like that one.
No,
Yeah, I like that one.
it still loses this one. I don't care.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I don't give a fuck
If it was Alien Resurrection versus Alien or Prometheus or Covenant or Alien 3, Aliens, it might have a tough one. That's the only matchup that I would be like,
Crank versus Canine.
Crank. Although
Crank
I can't
for
really
sure.
remember Canine.
Canine
I can't
is-
honestly say I remember it.
Really, Jim Belushi?
Yeah. I mean, I remember Canine as being a movie,
Wait.
but I can't remember watching it
Yeah,
ever.
John's the one that died. This is Jim.
Yeah. Like, I remember more, what was the
Turner
one
and
with...
Hooch.
Yeah. Which I just saw Hologram for the King. It's a Tom Hanks movie. It looks like it's recent, but I never heard of it. It's actually pretty good. It's like, he's like a sales guy he runs a tech company that does holograms.
Yeah.
Like conference hologram kind of things. And a king in Dubai hires them to come out, and he's like going to build a kingdom, and he's going to like integrate all the shit. But it's more of a romantic comedy. That's kind of the premise to get. But it's good though, because that's what a lot of his movies were romantic comedies.
That was how he started.
Yeah, and it was more of that kind of Tom Hanks, which I enjoyed. Old versus like Sully. I watched that. That's it's whatever, but he hasn't really been anything that I've liked.
Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, which probably my favorite of Clint Eastwood movies, which isn't saying a whole lot. Apocalypse Now versus Crank. I gotta go Crank.
No,
because Apocalypse Now is really slow.
it's fine.
It's really slow, and it's like it's not.
I like
mean, it's
Crank
whatever.
2, but whatever. It's
Crank 2 is great too.
No,
I'd go Crank 2
I
over
like Crank also.
I love. I love.
But Apocalypse
the movie,
Now is a better
Crank.
movie.
I would. So what? I don't give a fuck about
Yes.
better movie. Better movie can suck my dick.
I would
Doesn't mean
rather.
it's-
I would rather watch
No,
Apocalypse
you
Now.
wouldn't. You would fall asleep and be on your computer most of that movie. There's no way you're watching that whole movie and not getting distracted.
I'm going.
Zero chance. Versus Crank, it's a
I'm
fun
going
movie.
Apocalypse Now.
Fun movie, good movie. I'm going with fun movie. But it doesn't matter because Apocalypse Now. At least it's better. I would way rather have Apocalypse Now than Metal Gear Solid. No, what's that fucking
Resident Evil.
Half a good movie.
Um,
Full Metal Jacket. Half a good
it's
movie.
a good movie.
It's half a good movie. I don't
Good
know.
movie.
I can't remember the last time I watched the second half of that movie or the second 3/4 of it. I was just like come right when he shoots himself in the head and have to go to sleep. All right, I'll go Apocalypse Now, but it's under guaranteed. I could put on Apocalypse Now, and you would beg for Crank before, like even halfway.
That's just because
it's
I
like
love,
a 3.5 hour
that's
movie.
Just because I love math.
Yeah, exactly. And the movie is way better. I do not like that Pulp Fiction poster.
I do like that Last Action Hero poster.
It's the generic fucking whatever action movie poster. Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of Last Action Hero.
Why not?
Because it's not good.
I like it.
It's not fun. It's not good. I don't give a shit about it. Never seen Midsummer Night's sex comedy.
I've never seen a Midsummer Night's Dream.
Superman Returns, which inspired one of the worst version of the scene in the movie we saw today, Wonder Woman, versus Backdraft. I mean, Backdraft, 100%. Backdraft is like better than most, like almost every DC movie, I would say, except for maybe a couple of the Christopher Nolan ones.
I'll go Backdraft. I don't give a fuck about either movie.
Backdraft's good.
I really don't like Backdraft.
Yeah, when you see it last, probably a while.
90s.
It's good. It's a good movie. Real Steel versus Hostel.
Hostel. And I'm not even a fucking.
I know.
I'm
Fuck
not.
both
I'm
of
not
these
a.
movies.
I'm not a horror movie person, but that was a really.
Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
It was a well done, gore porn, whatever you want to call it.
It was kind of one of the early like
It was the early
Saw and Hostel were kind of very much torture porn. What horror turned into.
But this was while Saw was like a long drawn out. Torture
Saw
porn
had more of a plot to it.
But
This was
it ramped it up in all the further.
Well,
but the
this-
first one it was just two dudes.
This is the same premise as Hard Target, where it's like, oh, we're getting homeless people to hunt.
Yeah.
Where they like got Jean-Claude Van Damme, and then like the sequel or something.
Well, there was one with Ice Cube.
Ice Cube.
Or
I think
no,
it was Ice-T. Yeah.
It was,
Same premise. Is rich people hunting
Yeah.
old people. Except for they don't hunt them in this. They just torture them. But it's same kind of thing. But, yeah. I mean, Hostel, I guess.
Real Steel, I don't mind either.
They're both
It's
whatever. I don't really give a shit to watch either. Like, if both of those are the only option, I think I'm reading a book. Nah, probably not.
Liar Liar versus Bruce Almighty. It's fucking
you wanna talk
Jim
about-
Carrey versus Jim Carrey?
You want to talk about a scene done better than the dude with the rope of truth around him? Or lasso of truth bullshit? This pen is royal blue. So much better. Jim Carrey. And I mean, all of the podcasts are
yeah.
pimping the fucking
Liar,
I'm dying
Liar,
up
for
here.
Sure.
Oh, that is interesting.
It is Jim Carrey.
That's
Jim Carrey.
Almost sequels, but not really. Same director, I think, though. What did you go with?
Liar, Liar. For sure. Bruce Almighty was fun, but
they're both
whatevs.
they're both kind of fun. They're very similar. Just one, he's like has god powers. Planet of the Apes, the Tim Burton one. To be very clear,
So-
Interview with a Vampire.
So Interview with the Vampire gets the win out of fucking sheer shit matchup.
You're very true. I don't give a fuck about this Planet of the Apes. The new ones, that's as far as movies so far.
Great.
Kind of disappointed. Not like super disappointed with what we've seen so far. Like, okay. I'm not hating.
I can't
life
wait till
going
the
out of
next
it.
one comes to see if I'm, because I've been
They're amazing
on
so
board
far.
with every one of them.
And they're like, it seems under the radar.
I agree. We talked
Like-
about this last show.
Yeah, it's great.
Interview with the Vampire.
Fucking, I hate it.
And Rice all up in your face.
It's just like I hate Planet of the Apes more. Ugh. Come on now. All right. The Incredible
two more. After
The
this.
Incredible matchup switched on us. Fast Times at Ridgemont High versus Goodfellas. I mean, this is so easy.
Why isn't Goodfellas in our top 20?
I agree.
First off,
I agree.
and,
I agree.
and Goodfellas for sure.
I agree. I agree.
Maybe it's the first time it's came up.
No, because there's an album art or episode of Goodfellas with us, and I only do them if they come up.
All right, whatever.
So, but
Goodfellas.
it's probably been since
It
that
really
episode,
needs to
though.
be in our top 20.
Agreed. Yeah.
I don't know how.
It's like, as far as Scorsese movies, it should be right at the top. Like, Departed's below it.
Very much so.
I don't know how much below, but it's below it. I like that way more than Casino. Casino's like below
Casino's
that.
super long, but
Yeah.
I really
Casino's
enjoy
very
Casino.
much like yeah.
It's a very good movie, but
Yeah.
it's definitely like, hey,
Comedian?
we just
have you ever
take.
seen Comedian with De Niro and the
Joe Pesci.
no. Although Raging Bull was fucking great. That's a really high up fucking
Still never seen
Scorsese.
that.
Oh, it's so good. As far as boxing movies, that and Rocky, probably the best. I haven't seen the My Left Foot Guys movie, but
Yeah, I've heard Daniel Day-Lewis does a
but
boxing
I've
movie.
only heard
and-
that he does it. He boxes technically well in that movie. I've never heard anything
it's a
about
great
that movie.
movie. Yeah, exactly.
And I've only heard that from Rogan, which Rogan has horrible taste in movies. So
True. And I've never seen either of these movies.
Me either.
Future Cop or
Bad Girls and
Transworld?
Trancers. Cruel Intentions.
Seen it.
Versus
Never
The
seen
Party. Wasn't even invited. That trailer for all the white chicks reminded me of the one with who's that comic that queefs?
Queen Latifah?
No, fucking
Yeah, Tiffany Haddish.
Yeah, Tiffany Haddish. That movie.
Yes.
It reminds me of that movie.
All right, that movie reminded me of Weekend at Bernie's,
Yeah.
Bridesmaids,
And
and
Very Bad Things.
Yes!
It's because it's a dark movie. And
Killing the
spoiler-
hooker! Killing the
Listen,
hooker!
Listen, if they didn't show that scene,
Very Bad Things.
if it was just that original scene, and people will go because just white chicks will go. It's like, yeah, let's go, it's party night, it's girls' night, it's my birthday month. Like they'll go, and then when it turns dark, then it'll be like the best movie ever. Because that's the thing with Very Bad Things. I mean, I never saw the trailers. I just remember and I did not like it when I first. I did not like dark comedies.
I own that
I did
movie
too.
immediately.
I didn't like dark comedies for a while. It took me a while to like enjoy dark comedies. I had to get really it took me just probably
Once
just a
you
few
started
years.
smoking weed.
Oh no, it was it was just working for a company.
Yeah.
After a few years, like, oh fuck everybody, dark humor is my jammy jam. But yeah, that was.
Christian Slater, fucking.
It was all right. I mean, it's Piven's in it.
Favreau, Piven.
Yeah, it's I enjoy it. It ends super bummer. I mean, it's got Favreau at the end
Cameron
with
Diaz.
Cameron Diaz. Yeah, it's a good. That's the thing with like Observe and Report, dark as shit.
I loved Very Bad Things.
Smoochie,
Like,
Death to Smoochie. Didn't really.
With,
it's kind of weird.
Norton
DeVito and Norton.
yeah.
Anyway, how do we get there?
Wasn't Robin Williams in that too? Death to Smoochie?
I don't think so, but he may have been in something similar to
kinda
that.
think he
It might have been. I don't know. Cruel Intentions versus Mission Impossible 2.
The John Woo.
The worst Mission
The
Impossible movie.
wooest.
And I've actually watched it a good amount of times when it came out. 'Cause it's kind of fun to put on. Tandy Newton's hot. I like Tandy Newton.
Cruel Intentions.
Yeah, I mean they're both not good movies, but
I
think
liked Cruel Intentions
it's
when it came
whatever.
out.
It's a '90s like jerk
Creepy.
off movie.
And I got to jerk
Eh.
off to it. I've never seen The Unknown or Slipstream.
No, I guarantee The Unknown is very much similar to Taken. I was going to say Stolen.
Neeson.
Yeah, because that's all he does now.
Charlie and the Chocolate
Ooh,
Factory
the remake.
versus The Exorcist.
The original,
The Exorcist.
for sure.
And I don't
Fuck
even
Charlie and the
like
Chocolate-
I don't even like horror movies.
I
for the
can't
most part.
see a movie. I can see movies that could beat Charlie and Chocolate Factory, but none of them should ever come
I'm
up.
glad that this came up. Role models.
Final Destination versus Role Models.
Role models for sure. I loved that movie.
It's all right. I'll go with it, but it's all right. They're both whatever. Twins, the movie that made Arnold Schwarzenegger the most money because he signed a deal where him and Danny DeVito and maybe the director got all the profits, and the producers like all the back end,
Mm-hmm.
and the producers like saw like it was gigantic because like, oh shit, it's fucking, he's doing a comedy and it's weird. It's like a novelty thing. And it still does well. So he owns it.
It's not a terrible
fucking-
movie.
It's okay.
Fine.
I like it. Yeah. But I'm saying like that's like as far as all the like Terminator 2, go fuck yourself. He made the most money off of Twins because he had the best contract.
But versus The Fly for sure.
Yeah, I haven't seen The Fly. I remember
Jeff Goldblum.
one of like
So
I don't
great
have a
in that
lot
movie.
of memories from childhood. Like it's very spotty, And I think maybe
Tell me
that's
it's the arm wrestling scene where the dude gets his arm broken.
No, The Fly. I don't remember much of The Fly. I mean, I know I've seen it.
Burn the
I've seen it. It's all right. But I remember my earliest memory of The Fly was at a drive-in, and my parents had a camper where it's like above the driving cab is like kind of that bed area. And I remember watching it through the window, and I was young, so I was like, I don't know. My parents got divorced when I was 6, so it was like 5, 4, I don't know, somewhere around there probably if I'm remembering it. But I remember like it maybe it was disturbing me, and I went up, but I was a kid. But it was like that was my earliest memory of The Fly, and it may not have been the first one, maybe have been a sequel. 86. No, that makes sense. 86. So it's probably. Yeah, that makes sense.
But I'm going The Fly on this one.
Yeah, I'll go with The Fly.
It's
whatever.
I like Goldblum.
I like Goldblum, but The Fly it's okay. It's like one of those things where it's like.
I mean, it is a remake because there is an original Fly, but then off of that Fly, there became a Fly 2, which had I don't know the kid from Mask in it.
I've never seen The Bunker.
Neither have I.
You seen SWAT? Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Dark Knight Rises.
Dark Knight Rises versus Borat.
Borat.
Cultural learning of America for make better.
It's just the movie Borat.
Benefit glorious Kazakhstan nation of goodness.
It's just Borat.
Which is the Dark Knight? The second one? Dark Knight
Rises is the third.
It's the third one?
It's Tom Hardy's Bane.
I go Borat.
Yeah, me too.
Which probably the weakest of the Batmans, I would say, or the least enjoyable to watch for me. Still better than
True. Scent of a Woman versus Blades of Glory.
Both kind of stupid movies.
Scent of a Woman for sure.
Scent of a Woman. I don't give a shit about Blades of Glory. That's like the worst.
One
of the worst Will Ferrell movies. And I can't say it's the worst of Hater movies, but
no, he's made a
lot of he's the only good one.
It's like Napoleon Dynamite,
the only
awesome,
good one.
and the rest was eh.
He was in something I just recently watched. It was School for Scoundrels.
Oh yeah,
which I had seen before.
Billy Bob.
Yeah, and they're like, it's.
You trying to fuck my mom? So I'm
it went all right, but it's stupid premise. It's whatever. So Superman, the
OG Christopher
Reeve one, which I guess movie wise OG, right? Did they make one with the other Reeve guy, or was that just TV?
They've made like serials and shit like that,
right.
But
versus Black Hawk Down. Talk about the Scottish dude from Wonder Woman. Hartnett probably. I mean, Hartnett did a few good things, I guess.
Yeah, he had a minute.
He was popular for a minute. The fucking 40 Days, 40 Night bullshit. I remember the one with the chick that was popular for a minute, too.
Yeah.
Where it's like the religious thing where he like gives up masturbating for Lent.
Yeah, it was like 30 days, 30 nights. Or like,
whatever. Yeah. I don't know the rules for stupid fucking bullshit religions. But
like, I'm not going to jack off or have sex for 30 days.
It's a religious... I remember they had a screening at the movie theater, and I was like a projectionist at the time. And one of my managers, who was under 21, asked me to bring alcohol for him and like, his friends. And then somebody got busted. They blamed me, and that was like, so 2001, it was probably like, I had gotten suspended and I was planning on moving to San Diego.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck. And it's not like I was making any kind of money at the movie theater. It's like $300 every 2 weeks, Actually, probably then I was making more as a projectionist, but it was like, and he was the one that turned me, he was like the one that ratted me out. I was like, you the one that asked me to bring this shit, you fucking dick. Fucking Jeremy Proctor, go fuck yourself, piece of shit,
bitch.
Fuck
you, Jeremy.
But yeah, that was the movie that was playing, that fucking dog shit movie, fucking 30 Days, 30 Nights, and I was just getting drunk with friends, watching it for free with like at the theater for an employee screening.
Superman. There's
Black Hawk Down's a lot of fun.
It's really fun.
Top to bottom action. It's a really fun action movie, well paced.
I had sex with a married woman while watching Black Hawk Down once.
It's kind of weird.
Isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, yeah.
But that's my memory of the movie. Like I mean, no, I've watched the movie multiple times.
Yeah. Jerking off. Do you get horny watching it?
But if you tell me,
does it give you flashbacks?
Every time I see Black Hawk Down, I think about fucking that woman.
My high school, La Quinta High School. Guess what our mascot was? Black Hawk.
Was he down?
No, but it was
Did you ever see him down?
You know the humor.
Was he bummed?
You know the humor of high school kids, and they have Black Hawk as their
Black Hawk.
Yeah. Oh, and there's not a lot of black people, so it's like, it's pretty stupid. That's what I think when I hear that movie.
I think I'm gonna have to go Superman though.
I guess. Yeah. I enjoy.
No,
I probably
voted
Black Hawk
against
Down.
Superman in the last one against something innocuous. I feel like
Poltergeist
versus Once Upon a Time in Mexico.
I can't honestly say I remember Poltergeist. I know I've seen it.
Really?
I believe the girl is named Carol Ann. It's my mom's name.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, Carol Ann Taylor.
Yeah.
But I don't remember watching
Poltergeist,
so I can't.
I mean, you can change it, but I would have voted Poltergeist.
I would rather, if those two were the only options, I'll watch Poltergeist.
All right, American Beauty versus Once Upon a Time in Mexico. American Beauty for sure.
Yeah, Once Upon a Time in Mexico's
two more.
Shit.
And then I got to piss so
The
bad.
Social Network versus Alien Resurrection.
The Social Network.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
I don't know any alien movie that would beat that. Night at the Museum versus The Last Samurai.
Ugh. I don't like either of
Last
these.
Samurai.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm going Night at the Museum.
It's Last Samurai's. It's a good movie. It's fun movie to watch. It's got good fighting. It's got good acting. It's not a kids movie. Like the Night at the Museum, I don't give a shit about.
I'd rather spend a night at the museum.
If both of these movies were on, I'm never watching the Night at the Museum. I've seen it once. I'm good. I don't need to see any of those movies ever again.
At least.
I have no desire to see shrunken fucking Owen Wilson or fucking dead.
Last one, take it to the judges.
I mean, for sure, Last Samurai's got to win.
I don't think.
I think so. The fact that 94 for Wonder Woman just makes me give. That's a sign that our society. I mean, it's not a bad movie, but 94. Give me the critic score is lower, or the fan score is lower, which I appreciate that. What am I doing here? Movies?
Night at the Museum.
Night at the Museum. Sorry, the classic film at the museum. Night at the Museum, the Ben Stiller classic. 43%. Not surprised.
67.
The last, yeah, because kids love it, and parents love to not do anything.
The Last.
Yeah. Sorry, that is the Alaskan Samurai. The Last Samurai coming in. That's not the right one.
That's not the right one.
God damn it.
You're not typing it.
Jesus Christ fucking. The Last Samurai from 2003, starring Tom Cruise, coming in at 66.
That movie sucked.
Listen, I like The Last Samurai. Way better movie than Wonder Woman. Let me put that out there.
That movie
It's
sucked.
a better movie than Wonder Woman.
I bet if we watched it now in a theater,
guaranteed
as a new movie,
I would enjoy it more than Wonder Woman.
We would pick it apart just as bad.
I would enjoy it more than Wonder, because it's not disappointment after disappointment. Like, there's cool scenes in the movie, and it's done well. It's handled well.
It's called The Last Samurai, and it's about a white dude.
Yeah, but like, it's a white dude that goes over there to sell guns and then ends up having to live in a fucking village, and he learns how to be a samurai.
Tilda Swinton? Anyone?
Oh, she's pretending to be? He's not pretending to be Asian in this. She's pretending to be Asian. Oh, she just shaved her head for fun. She's just trying to look the part as a monk.
She had cancer.
Oh, she's got cancer and magic. Whoa, what a great person to learn from. Got so much magic, she can't fix her cancer.
Cancer magic.
She's movie cancer.
I heard
she's
that
movie
you
cancer.
Get magic from cancer.
I hear she's a horrible person that doesn't give a fuck that she took Asian role away from somebody that should have been Asian. She doesn't give a fuck. Because she's white. She doesn't give a fuck. She got paid.
If someone offered me fucking $6 million to play a black person, I would fucking
you're not a
chalk my
multi-millionaire.
face there.
You're not a multi-millionaire.
I would
You're not a
fucking
multi-millionaire.
blackface it up.
Guaranteed, if you're a multi-millionaire and you give a fuck about the art form that you're fucking making your multi-millions of dollars,
all I'm saying
you're not
is,
fucking, oh, I don't give a fuck. I'll be a fucking, like, somebody that doesn't fit into this fucking role
$6
at all.
million is $6 million.
Sure. I mean, yeah, you can make those decisions. Doesn't mean I have to fucking agree with the
cut one of my
casting.
arms off for $6 million.
She didn't have to do shit.
A whole arm.
She had to do nothing in that movie.
Hostile style.
You know
like,
what she had to do? She was the
chainsaw that
worst
bitch off.
fucking character in that movie. She could have been killed. See, it's fucking
Here you
first
go,
scene.
$6 million.
The DMT trip, bullet through the head. Way better movie. Get fucking the overactor to do it. Last one. Ghostbusters versus Mystery Man.
Ghostbusters.
All right, we're done.
Get yourself a free subscription to Kindle Unlimited when you go through my link, inspireddisorder.com/Kindle. That's unlimited reading and listening on any device. If you're a fan of stories and books and all of the things that can be printed in Word or read aloud, get yourself a free trial of Kindle Unlimited. Go through my link, inspireddisorder.com/Kindle. Sign up now and enjoy your reading. Make sure you follow Keith Spurlock on Twitter at KeithSpurlock1. New episodes of The Ray Taylor Show come out every single day. Subscribe on IGTV, YouTube, and everywhere else podcasts are found. Binge the full week ad-free over at patreon.com/InspiredDisorder. Buy Ray Taylor Show merch over at InspiredDisorder.com. And follow the show on Instagram at Ray Taylor Show. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Peace out!